Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning, everybody. It is day 11 of Black History Month, and you know what that means. This is your Black History Fact Moment with Dr. H. And again, this is my third date. This is my third round, I think, on HBCU land grant institutions. It's one of those numbers anyway. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it because I really want to continue to hone in on HBCUs. And again, especially land grant is where I'm starting. There are 19 land grant institutions. And so today we're talking about Prairie View, South Carolina State, Southern, Tennessee State, and woo woo! Y'all knew Tuskegee was going to get up in there. It's on the list, of course. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with Prairie View, A&M University. Remember, I told you guys what A&M typically stands for. So, you know, just so y'all can get up, nobody's going to sit here and actually say all of that. You know, all the time, just so you know, just so you know. So Prairie View is in the Texas A&M system, by the way. If you don't know, Prairie View is in Texas. It is in their A&M system. It's affectionately known as the Hill, and it's their home away from home. You're supposed to tell me their history. Other than that, hold on a second. So it's been providing education for more than 140 years. They have over 9,000 students. They have 170 clubs and student organizations and an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. They're in the NCAA Division I athletics, more than 15 intramural club sports. So 82% of Prairie View students receive some form of financial aid. There are 43 countries represented among their student body. So yeah, Prairie View A&M, check it out. So the history of Prairie View, let's see. It was established in 1876. It was the first state-supported college in Texas for African Americans, and it was established during the Reconstruction period after the Civil War. If you don't know about Reconstruction, it just told you it's after the Civil War is that period, you know, and when slavery ended, and we literally were just trying to come together and build some sort of semblance as a nation with African Americans as freed people. So a lot of political, economic, social, all kinds of unrest, upheaval, a lot of stuff going on. So for schools for African Americans to be able to be educated, it's very significant. I think you kind of heard me say that over the past couple of days. We're talking about HBCUs and their foundations and the impact that they brought to this country. Black history is American history. It began, so Prairie View began in the Texas Constitution of 1876, establishing, and again, an A&M is Agricultural and Mechanical College. Their pledge was that separate schools shall be provided for the white and colored children, and impartial provision shall be made for both. So it actually started as Alta Vista Agricultural and Mechanical College of Texas for colored youth on August 14, 1876. That is the origins, the beginnings of Prairie View. And so, yeah, the first students were enrolled in 1878 on 1,388 acres of land. So really interesting. The first classes was on March 11th. So, and it only had 8 students. Listen, if you learn anything about the foundations of what we've seen over the past couple of days, I've been talking about HBCUs. You don't need to start off always big to grow into something. Especially if you believe in it. You just got to believe in it. And so they started off with 8 students, and look how many students they have today. Come on. So you really have to get beyond a lot of that stuff. Um, you just got to get beyond numbers, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's not always about the numbers. What do you believe? What's the soul of it? And for HBCUs, especially those, and we're talking about the 1800s, those that were started during Reconstruction. The soul of it was to educate African American people. Back then, they used the term colored. We went from colored to Negro to Black to African American, people of color. People of color. So that's what happened. The mission of Prairie View is a state-assisted public comprehensive land-grant institution of higher education. And so it's dedicated to achieving excellence and relevance in teaching, research, and service. You can go on to read more about it on their website. And I want to get into their academic programs just so you could know. So here are the different colleges they have. They have the College of Agriculture and Human Sciences, of course. It's a land-grant institution, so they're going to have that. College of Business, Engineering, Nursing, Continuing Education, Graduate Studies, Arts and Sciences, Education, Juvenile Justice and Psychology. School of Architecture. They also have some distance learning programs. So check out Prairie View A&M University. It is in the Prairie View, Texas. So check them out. South Carolina State University. This is not rocket science. It's in South Carolina, people. And it was established in 1896. So again, you see a theme. If you don't know where specifically it is, it's in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And its mission is to provide education and service to the citizens of the states. In its first century, South Carolina State was a leader in education. And so that's pretty cool if you don't know about South Carolina State University. So yeah, 1896 as the state's sole public college for Black youth. South Carolina State is really has been a big foundation for African Americans and the African American community in and around the state for so long. And remember when I started on talking on Saturday about HBCUs, about the impact that they make and have on, the Black family and Black culture. That's it. A lot of times when this was all you had to further yourself and educate yourself and to carve out a space for yourself. HBCUs was that foundation. And so it's not surprising to hear that about South Carolina State University. Again, it's in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And I visited when I used to go on college tours. And when I was in high school, I went for like 2 years worth, 2 years of college tours, and of course South Carolina State was on there. In my last year, they added Tuskegee and a couple other schools. It was phenomenal, and a phenomenal experience to be able to visit these schools. And very, to me, and that this was in the 90s. I don't care about dating myself because I look good for my age, but very homey. If you were looking for something that felt like home, especially if you're Southern, it was a good fit. They just didn't have a study that I was interested in. But yeah, and I'm talking about it felt like home, down home cooking in the cab, Southern hospitality, everybody smiling, everybody greeting you, everybody, baby sugar honey, that stuff that, I'm used to hearing. And, it was very welcoming and inviting to visit that campus when I did back in the day. So they have the College of Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences, College of Graduate and Professional Studies, Science, Mathematics, Engineering, and Technology, Continuing Education. They have an honors college. They have online education. They have the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Extended Studies. And so they also have the School of Business. They have some international and national student exchange programs. So check them out. They've got some stuff going on. They actually do have in their education, humanities, and social sciences, for those of you who are interested in visual and performing arts, they have a program for it. So yeah, engineering, they run the gamut from, let's see, biological and physical sciences, civil and mechanical engineering, industrial and electrical engineering. They have mathematics and computer science. So they run the gamut on quite a few things. So check them out, South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, South Carolina, or South Cackalack if you're from the South. Southern University began as a dream more than 136 years ago, is a living legacy of determination, commitment, and success. Southern was not one of the ones that we went to. It is in Louisiana. They have campuses in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Shreveport. Just because it was so far away, the college tour that I went on was when I was living in North Carolina and Charlotte, and there was a group of students, a bunch of us between Charlotte and Rock Hill, and so they just they took us on some tours, and we were on a bus with some teenagers. We going all the way to South Carolina. It was a stretch to come all the way to Tuskegee. So, but it was exciting and awesome to be able to visit, a lot of those schools. So as many schools as possible. It's now called Southern University System, but the main campus, I believe, is in Baton Rouge. But again, they have New Orleans, Shreveport, different campuses, so are locations. And so it is a tobacco-free system. And as you know, I believe many of them are, many HBCUs are, but just, people like to change with the times and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, so let's get into some more. They do have some online degree programs. Excuse me, it's Black History Month, so I'm trying to see if who has what, because a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on, because Tuskegee got a lot of stuff happening. We just have a lot of stuff going on as far as just activities, and a lot of HBCUs do that, and I'm loving what they're doing to really highlight the rich culture of African Americans. So they have Southern University has over 12,000 students. So they have a law school and agriculture research center that's in Baton Rouge. So I say Rouge and it's Rouge. Excuse me. So that's Southern University. Let's get into their academics real quick, so you guys can know some more about what they offer as far as their degree programs. If I could ever find it. Every school needs to have user-friendly websites, because I'd really like to know what kind of classes you offer. Like really degree programs. And I promise you, I'm trying to get to you guys, but it's not on here. It's crazy. Yeah. Make your sites more user-friendly, people. Make them more user-friendly. So they are accredited by SACSOC. You guys heard about that the other day. So colleges and schools, they have the College of Agriculture, Family, and Consumer Sciences, College of Business. They have the Nelson Mandela College of Government and Social Sciences. They have the College of Humanities and Interdisciplinary Studies that has the School of Education. Nursing and Allied Health has School of Nursing. College of Sciences and Engineering. They have Graduate School, Honors College. They have International Education. They also have ROTC. They have Army and Navy ROTC. A lot of schools usually only have Army, but they have Army and Navy ROTC. Just as something, just so you guys know, that is pretty interesting and unique. And and specific to them. So check out Southern University. Again, they have several campuses. They have uh, Baton Rouge is the main campus, but they also have, again, Shreveport, and what's the other campus? Sorry, you guys just heard me say that. They have a lot of pop-ups coming up on their website too. So check them out. Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's the main campus. Tennessee State University. So it was designated as a high research institution by the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education. So just as FYI, it was founded in 1912 after its organization in 1909 as the Agricultural and Industrial State Normal School. That's how TSU started. It is in Nashville, Tennessee. It sits on 500 acres of land near the Cumberland River. It's in a residential neighborhood, 10 minutes northwest of downtown. It's in the heart of downtown and in, good walking distance. So for some of you who are concerned about, my school is out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing there and I'm going to need a car and I can't afford a car, a lot of campuses, a lot of them are within walking distance and have a lot of stuff. So they have a good walk score. So just as an FYI there. They offer a number of undergraduate and graduate programs. They have 38 undergraduate programs, 24 total graduate programs. The university-sponsored research budget exceeds $32 million, very much into nursing. They have two graduate degrees and two associate graduate degrees and 7 doctoral degrees to include education, philosophy, physical therapy, and a PhD in public administration. So they have an undergraduate, they have the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, interdisciplinary studies, professional studies, nursing, applied science, and they have a teacher certification. Graduate program, arts, science, MBA, criminal justice, education, engineering, public administration, nursing, social work. They have a certificate in health administration and planning, certificate in nonprofit management. That's very unique. Specialist in education, master of professional studies, certificate in public administration, executive leadership, and certificate in public policy. So check out Tennessee State University. Again, it's in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see. They have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. They're in the Division I NCAA Ohio Valley Conference for athletics. So again, Tennessee State University is in Nashville, Tennessee. Check them out. Check them out. And we're going to finish off with none other than Mother Tuskegee. So, Mother Tuskegee, founded by the one and only Booker T. Washington in 1881 with the sole purpose of lifting the veil of ignorance. And on our campus, the heart of our campus is a statue of Booker T. Washington pulling the veil of ignorance off of himself. Just phenomenal. Just saying. It is the only Black college to be designated a National Historic Site, and that happened on October 26, 1974. And the first Black college to be designated as a registered National Historic Landmark on April 2nd, 1966. Woo-woo. Everybody pretty much are familiar with Tuskegee and the Tuskegee Airmen and Cappy James. When I went to campus, I always said Chappie because you see CH and it's Cappy. That's why in the movie you hear him say Cap. General Daniel Cappy James. We have a center named after him for aerospace engineering. When I went there, now it's aerospace engineering science and health education. But it was the aerospace building. That's all we just call it. We're going to the CAP. It's aerospace engineers, the aerospace building. That's what we called it. He was the first, if you don't know about CAP, he's the first Black 4-star general. He was a graduate of Tuskegee University. Housing the nation's only aerospace science engineering program at an HBCU. So y'all just need to know Tuskegee was first in a lot of stuff. Just saying. We do have a Kellogg Conference Center on campus. We have the National Center for Bioethics and Research in Healthcare. A lot of our programs have expanded, and I'm very happy to see that since I was at school, of course. But just so much has happened. Of course, we do still have the original lab that George Carver worked in. Not a lot of his original equipment. That is actually in his museum that is on campus. So a lot of that stuff is preserved. And so it's a lot of times we get a lot of visitors on campus because of the National Historic Sites. Like the house that Booker T. Washington lived in is still there. They preserve it all, like the wallpaper, the furnishings, everything. They preserve it. You cannot take pictures with camera flash in there because of how delicate, especially the wallpaper. The wallpaper has actual gold in it. It's phenomenal to be on that campus and just feel the history of just the legacy. It's phenomenal. One of our the required reading, of course, is Up from Slavery. I have my book over there. It's in storage with all my other books. Up from Slavery, every freshman, you have to read that. It's basically his autobiography. Booker T. Washington's autobiography is phenomenal, and it weaves the story. You learn about, his ties to Hampton University, and all of that kind of stuff. It's just phenomenal reading, and it's something that you should be. You don't have to go to Tuskegee to read it. You just need to know your history and read things like that so you can understand the power again of what was going on at the time and why education is so important to African Americans, especially during a time when education just was not afforded to us. These people fought for this, and when we talk about paving our own way, that's where we came from. Our legacy is paving our own way. Oh, you don't want to give me a lane? You don't want to give this to me? You don't want to allow me to do this? We're gonna pave our own way and make it happen. And that's kind of the foundation that you find across just the African American culture, but specifically HBCUs. We carved our way all the time. So we have more than 5,000 acres of forestry and campus, more than 100 major buildings and structures. Our total land, forestry, and facilities are valued in excess of $500 million. We are accredited by SACSOC. Again, I'm so excited to see just how we have grown and expanded as a university, especially when it comes to our academics and things. We are NCAA Division II in as far as athletics and stuff. But I can tell you right now, when I was there, we're not going to talk about our record. We're not going to talk about our record, but just some phenomenal things happening. Definitely been expanding into our international students. We have something called the Lyceum series, and it's basically like a book reading series, and authors come in and have conversation about those things. This month of Black History Month is so much going on. We always celebrate, of course, Black history pretty much 365 on that campus because of its being a historical site and so much. We have tours constantly on campus. But Ben Vereen is going to be there this month talking about civil rights and some other things. I'm pretty excited. When I saw that, I was just like, I want to be back at Tuskegee now. So the things they're doing now is just phenomenal compared to when I was there. And so being able to see a lot of what's happening on campus and how it's growing is phenomenal. So we are putting the A back in STEM. So remember I said STEAM. That's why some schools, the other schools said STEM Ag, because the A is actually more about arts. When you see STEAM, it's more arts and not Ag. And so, we're putting the A back in STEM, and it's called STEAM. So we have a Department of Fine and Performing Arts now, which is pretty cool. And we always kind of had a whole artistic community. We used to have poetry slam night and in the little theater. That's what we call it, because it's literally the little theater, and it was one of the original buildings where classes actually were taught on campus. And so Little Theater used to be lit. So there are requirements for being admitted to the visual arts. Applicants are required to submit a portfolio of their artwork. They are required to perform an audition. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's for real. Artistic, creative, analysis, history, and other skills learned in the course of the student's academic career may be applied during the special topics phase of matriculation. So there are some requirements. They have requirements for the music program as well, because that's underneath there. So I'm really excited to see that expanding and growing and seeing something new added. It's just phenomenal. And so, yeah, just go ahead and check it out. We have, of course, nursing. So we have the Andrew F. Bremer College of Business and Information Science. Of course, that has computer science, accounting, economics, finance, management, agriculture, College of Agriculture, Environment, and Natural Sciences. Again, that's food nutritional sciences, agriculture, and environmental sciences. You're going to see that across land grant institutions, because you have to remember, go back to Saturday's video, what land grant institutions were. College of Arts and Sciences, biology, chemistry, that kind of stuff. Engineering, aerospace, chemical, electrical and computer, material science and engineering, mechanical engineering, and military science, ROTC. Veterinary medicine. I'm gonna get into that in just a second, because yeah, we fire. We got alumni with TV shows. Yeah. So we have Dr. DVM professional program, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, Biomedical Sciences, Clinical Science, Pathobiology, Public Health, Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital, Veterinary Medical Surgical Program. We have the Robert R. Taylor School of Architecture and Construction Science. We have the School of Education. That does include physical education, and the School of Nursing and Allied Health. So occupational therapy, all that kind of stuff, all of that good stuff up in there. So veterinary medicine, I wanted to highlight this because, our vet school has been like leading. It's just phenomenal. It was thebomb.com when I was there. It is still there. They are celebrating the 55th annual Veterinary Medical Symposium, March 18th to the 21st of this year. They were having that symposium when I was there, and I'm not 55. I'm not 55. It's been going on for a long, long time. TU has led the way. I remember there were times when we got students from Auburn because they lost their vet program, lost their accreditation. So we ended up getting a lot of their students. Yes, it happened. Don't let anybody tell you different, because it did happen. We experienced it. I lived it. So, yeah. So the veterinary medicine program is just top notch. It's phenomenal. And the teaching hospital, the goal is to practice the highest quality medicine and surgery with compassion and an emphasis on client education. So yeah, a lot of things happening. It's accredited by in the United States by the American Veterinary Medical Association Council on Education. So our next accreditation site is this year. And we don't have any reason to not think that we're going to go any further, because, yeah. So it's amazing. Our veterinary medicine school has educated more than 70% of the nation's African-American veterinarians. We have 30 schools. Among our 30 schools and colleges, it's one of the most diverse colleges of veterinary medicine in the United States. The primary mission is to provide an environment that fosters a spirit of active, independent, and self-directed learning, intellectual curiosity, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, ethics, and leadership, promotes teaching, research, and service in veterinary medicine and related disciplines. I love all things Mother Tuskegee, right or wrong. But we do contribute a lot, and it's just phenomenal. We have our Diamond Seller anniversary this year, 1945 to 2020, 75 years, 75 years vet school been hit. So yeah, I love all things Mother Tuskegee. Just as a FYI, y'all can tell I'm always rocking something that Tuskegee has. But again, I'm very happy to see where we've grown. We continue to grow. So much goes on. So much it's just phenomenal work that we're doing. And check it out. That's all I could tell you. Just it's a lot of stuff happening. You probably our band has been in just parades and this thing and that thing and videos and so our Lyceum series lineup, again, if you want to learn about that, that's on the website. um just check it out. Ski for life, best HBCU ever. And I know people will debate me on it. I don't really care. It's my alumni, my alma mater. So that's it for today. Those are the 5 land grant institutions that I covered today, and I really hope that you guys learned something. And I'll see y'all later. Love and light.